Hello, welcome back to Ash on Film. Today I'm going to be talking about supplements, but first I need to do a bit of housekeeping. I have been quiet on here, I know that, and I'm really sorry for letting people down. Last year I started a second channel to document my life in the screen industry, because life in the screen industry is hard. And I said at the time that I would still be making Ash on Film videos because I really enjoy doing this, and I never wanted for it to go several months at a time without any videos. But I became a bit overwhelmed with what my other channel became. It's now a full-blown company with productions and products and a course. But over the past year, I realised that having my day job and then running my company over the top of that and doing lots of other projects along the way has really taken a hit on my well-being. And something that I found when I was doing Ash on Film videos consistently was that the side effects of doing lots of new age practices and mindfulness techniques was deep rest and doing stuff that was beneficial to my mental health. And this leads me to today's topic, which is all about supplements. Because over the last year, to manage the aches and pains, the anxiety, the health issues, and the sleepless nights, I have been trying a lot of supplements. I think it started with mushroom gummies. I'm down to my last 4, so I might save these for when I come to edit this video. But basically, for a while, I was marketed this specific brand of mushroom gummy. It's a company called Feel Good, and the whole point of it was about increasing your focus, productivity, and feeling good. I made an entire video about the experience of taking these, and it was an interesting one because about a week into taking them, I came up with my second channel idea and all of the business opportunities around that. And I entered this hyper productivity mode where I was like making a production, starting a YouTube channel, building a website and a brand, and I went from 0 to 100. I felt that I was extremely productive when I was taking these mushrooms, so they became part of my daily routine. Until one day, I just forgot to keep taking them. Honestly, I think it got to the end of May, so it was maybe about 2 months into taking them, and I just didn't. I completely forgot to take them in the morning. I forgot they existed. And I have a feeling that the comments are now going to be filled with people diagnosing me with ADHD. That is a fair observation. But it basically felt like I didn't really need them, that I was in this hyper productivity space anyway, and I think my brain just completely forgot about them and I continued as normal, and then after a few weeks I was like, oh yeah, the mushrooms. And they kept being delivered, so I cancelled the subscription and basically eked out the ones that I still had left. And it's like a year later and here I am with 4 left in the box. I don't know if the mushrooms truly did make me productive or whether that was already within me and it was just that the opportunity came up for me to work on something I was really passionate about, and that coincided with when I was taking them. But I can say that after starting to take the mushrooms, I did find focus and productivity. It's just, is that also a placebo effect? Was it circumstantial? At some point over the last year, I started to really struggle with sleep. Oh, there's a lot of movement here. I had some medical issues which have actually never been resolved, but this is one of the reasons that I started looking into supplements in the first place. And I think the stress of what I was going through was part of why I was finding it really difficult to sleep. And my partner suggested to me that I take melatonin in edible form in order to help me sleep. He managed to pick up some from the US the last time he was there, and it has lasted a very long time. You can't actually buy it in the UK, or it doesn't seem that simple anyway. And I would say that it's quite effective. I have been struggling lately, and I do find that taking one of the melatonin capsules really helps me fall asleep fast. But as it's not available in the UK, I've been trying to find alternatives so that the small ration of melatonin that we do have is saved for very extreme occasions. I managed to find melatonin in other forms, and one of them was Kind patches. This is a little patch that you put on your skin and it slowly releases its chemicals and ingredients into your body. They had an offer on that was like 3 for 2, so I ordered sleep patches, which had melatonin. I ordered de-stress patches and also patches to go over spots, because some of the other symptoms that I was having through my health problem was stress and anxiety and spots on my face. The stress patches did help when I was in stressful situations, or if I knew I was going to have a really stressful day ahead, I would put one on in the morning and it would basically make me feel less of that stress in my body. Again, I honestly do think that I'm a sucker for a placebo effect, so maybe I could have just stuck a piece of tape to my arm and it would have had the same effect. Particularly because the spot patches did nothing. They just did not have the capability to deal with the spots I was having. So I found that the sleep patches and the stress patches were actually quite useful. But when I went to order again, the sleep ones were out of stock and they seem like they have never come back into stock. So I decided that I was just going to move on and find something else. When I was in France, I bought a bottle of gummies called Pour être du sleep. These gummies contained melatonin and CBD and again, really helped me sleep, but unfortunately are not for sale in the UK. Round about the same time, I started using another supplement to try and combat the spots. It was called Monday Muse Skin Clarity Complex, and the whole point of it is to clear up your skin. I can't confidently say whether that actually happened or not. My actual medical issue stopped being investigated at this point because it was declared that I wasn't dying. So basically my doctor was satisfied with that and just put me on a medication to manage the symptoms. Since then, the stress and the spots have cleared up. So I decided not to order any more of Monday Muse Skin Clarity Complex and things have been fine ever since. There is one more supplement that I decided to take in the last year, magnesium glycinate. That one doesn't have as catchy a name. It was recommended to me to help with sleep because if you take it regularly, it's supposed to balance out your hormones and get you into a natural cycle of energy and sleep. Even though I do take it very regularly, I still find myself having difficulty falling asleep, and I have had it a lot recently. And I guess that is just circumstantial. Sometimes the physical things that are happening to you in the real world just can't be managed with hormones and sleep cycles. I've been putting a lot of faith into the supplements to help me through what I've been dealing with. But fundamentally, I don't actually know what's in most of them, and I don't know if what I'm buying is what it said it is. According to Harvard Health, the supplement industry is not regulated the way prescription drugs are. The ingredients on the label may not accurately reflect what's actually in the supplement. And I've seen other people on YouTube talk about supplements that they've been taking and then had them tested and found out that they contain way less of the active ingredient that they were actually trying to take. And I know that I'm a sucker for a placebo effect. I could probably just take a sugar pill every day and I would feel fine. I don't want to be on supplements for my entire life. I liked the idea that there would be this quick fix that would help me get my sleep schedule back on track, that would reduce my stress and that would help me feel better. But that would mean taking supplements forever. And I guess that's the plan of the supplement industry. You might get an introductory offer, but eventually they want you to be on a plan, on a subscription that comes through to your door every month, and you take it routinely and you believe that's what keeps your life under control. Getting you on that subscription means that you're never really going to dig into the source of the problem, and you're always going to take this medication to manage the symptoms forever. It's actually what my doctor has done for me, although at least in Scotland, medication is free. But if I never really try to figure out what's going on with my body, I am never really going to solve the problem of why I have high stress, my sleep is interrupted, I have the very intense symptoms that I do, and the spots, and all the other things that's come along with it. I'm just putting a plaster on it every day and hoping that someday in the future it'll just go away. At the start of the year, a good friend of mine started her own massage business, and as part of that, she learned how to do lymphatic drainage. This is a technique that helps flush out toxins and reset your lymphatic system. Her reaction to my lymphatic system, it needed drained. I needed wrung out. We talked through the blockages and she gave me some advice about things that I could do at home. With a process like this, you're working to unblock yourself, but you're also looking to cultivate healthier habits. And hey, it won't be for everyone, but I like the idea of doing something active more than I like the idea of passively taking supplements for the rest of my life. I'd love to do a whole video on lymphatic drainage, so if I can get her to come on the channel, I absolutely will. Ultimately, over the last year, I sunk a lot of money and faith into supplements, and I have no real proof that they've changed anything at all. What I know would have a positive effect on my life is cultivating better habits and also building security. When I started Ash on Film, it was very much a hobby, but I so enjoyed YouTubing, and then I started a second channel, and now that's become something that I really love, and I love building. And I think what I want to do is grow both of these channels and make that part of my full time. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I am downloading ideas from the universe as we speak. I'll be back with more New Age practices and things that I find fun. See you next time.